Anchors up, sails at full. Welcome to the Sloopcast. How are we doing today, Kyle?
Doing all right, Jared. How are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. New tradition, good tradition. Here we go. There we go. All right. Ohio State. Kyle is echoey. He doesn't sound echoey to me. So, I mean, if even if your recording's echoey, Kyle, thanks for the heads up, Spikes. Even if the recording's echoey, I still have the recording on my side, and you sound fine to me. So, let's move forward. All right, Kyle. Ohio State defeats Wisconsin 34-0. I will say, for the record, I called the shutout. Now, did I expect Ohio State to get more points? Yes, I did. Are there still some concerns to be concerned about in relation to the offense? Yeah, I think so. But the defense continues to be totally on point and historically good. Like, we're moving into historic territory with how good this defense is performing. And the offense is, don't get me wrong, is still a very, very good offense. But, we can be a little bit more nitpicky on the offensive side, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I know that beginning of the season, it was kind of just easing Sayin in, trying to get him used to the offense here and making the right calls and all that. And just is a different type of offense than we're used to last year.
Right.
And I think a lot of the listeners have probably heard it from other sources, other places of media. Ohio State's really taking their time when it comes to their offenses. Not really like, hey, let's catch them off guard. Let's get to the line. Let's see how quick we can score a touchdown.
Yeah,
not really the case here. Like, looking at Ohio State's drives here, first one was 4.5 minutes. Then there was 3 minutes, 4.5 minutes, over 6 minutes, another over 6 minutes, a 5.5 minute drive, taking their sweet time when going through their drives here. It's just a different type of offense here. And I think Ryan Day's thinking long term.
Yes.
Oh, it's not 13 games, it's 15, 16 games.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It's
managing the reps. Yes.
Managing pitch counts, managing reps. I think the inherent danger there is when you're the better team, a shorter game is a disadvantage. So you are putting yourself at a disadvantage in the game. But at the same time, you have to look at the entire season, which is what Day's doing by shortening these games, except when you have our defense. Having this defense certainly helps, but you're just limiting by taking your time. You are short. Each team's getting less drives. And when you're the better team, the more drives there are, the more likely you are to win. Because your talent just takes over eventually. You have more depth, you have more. When you're better, you take the average. If you get a touchdown on X percentage of drives, and the other team gets a touchdown on X percentage of drives, if you're the better team, your percentage is going to be higher. And the longer the game goes, the bigger difference that percentage will make. Statistics. Requires higher efficiency with drives to have a comfortable win. And that's the other thing. I do think it's introducing a sense of urgency where it's just like you're almost saying to your offense, like, hey, we're shortening these games. We only get 8 drives. Don't screw around. Don't think we can wait till the second half. Go out and get your points now. And I mean, and I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I think it's there. Where it's just like, oh, we didn't get that drive. Oh, well. It's like, no, not oh, well. We're only going to get, 7-8 drives this game.
I mean, that was Urban Meyer during his tenure at Ohio State is score early, put the pressure on the other team here. And really, in this one here, it's just suffocate the other team here. I mean, Wisconsin had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 5 3-and-outs in this game. Of their 9 drives, over half of them were 3-and-outs.
During Know Your Enemy, Austin gave us an over-under of 8.5 for the number of first downs Wisconsin would get.
And that was low.
That's an insanely low number. In fact,
because they were averaging my
line
14, I think.
I think I said on the podcast something along the lines of, I'm going to take the under, but I feel stupid doing it, or something along those lines, because it's such a stupidly small number. And to Austin's credit, they got 9 first downs. So he nailed the line, as Austin is one to do. But Kyle, let's get into the report card.
Sure. Yep. I know these take a little while here, so we'll try to go through these a little bit quicker here. So starting with the offense here, game plan. Now, I'll be honest, Jared, I was watching this off of my phone. I had a family event going on, so I was watching the phone, so I didn't get to watch every single play.
Mm-hmm.
But I think overall, the game plan, I think it was fine, knowing how good of a rush defense. I need to make sure I add in the rush in front of it. The rush defense for Wisconsin is good. One of the best in the country in terms of yards per carry, yards per game. So you know what Ryan Day does? Comes out thrown.
Yeah.
It says, hey, Julian Sand, go be a gunslinger in this game here. 42 attempts. Not just 42 attempts, completed 36 of that. 86% completion on 42 attempts.
And these weren't
insane.
Yeah, and these weren't like all little rinky dink. Like there were bombs in there. And there were
bombs.
There were not bombs, but also just a lot of long passes and a lot of medium range passes. Sometimes you get these guys who have like 80% completion percentage, and it's a lot of screens, a lot of drags, a lot of stuff, within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And that was not the case with Sayan. His accuracy is insane.
According to the big plays on the passing side, 9 plays of 15 or more yards. 9 of them.
And I don't remember a lot of like short passes that went for big yards. So I feel like most of those were probably like, 15 plus through the air.
According to this, if I'm reading them real quick, 4 of them it says that Sayan short pass to left or the middle.
Yeah.
To under half of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with
game
an
plan A. I know. I said we want to move these quicker, but apologize. A there. In-game coaching. I'm gonna say a B+ for me. Okay. I know that Wisconsin's rush defense is really good, but I would like to have seen Ohio State being able to have more success and being a little bit more creative on the ground there. Because I think what they didn't have that many yards on the ground in the first half here. If I'm trying to quickly look at this first half, they had 35 rushing yards. Now Wisconsin only had 20 by comparison in the first half. But yeah, only 35 yards in the first half there. I'm going to say B+. Like I would like to the rushing, I'll just flat out say it. The rushing attack for Ohio State this year is concerning.
Yeah.
It is concerning. You are, if I'm looking here, they are 72nd in the country in yards per rush at just over 4 yards.
Yeah, I agree. I would say my bigger issue with the in-game coaching was just that they kept trying to run the ball, like especially through the second quarter. I feel like if they had kept throwing the ball through the second quarter, you could have pulled the starters and, really cruised through like the entire fourth quarter, maybe even part of the third quarter, had you just sort of kept your foot to the pedal and let Sayin just keep slinging it through the second quarter instead of all of that happening in the first quarter. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's how it felt. And it just felt like they put up 17 points and then just sort of said, okay, now we're going to establish the run game. Hey, how about you keep throwing and let's maybe try to establish the run game in the second half, but let's keep going. Yeah.
The problem with that second quarter was, well, you look in the first quarter, like Ohio State was doing really well, moving the ball, 187 yards total offense in that first quarter, did really well on third down conversions, but in the second quarter, not so much.
Well, because they were running.
Honestly, they rushed more in the first quarter than they did in the second quarter.
By percentage or by total plays?
By 5 rushes in the first quarter, 4 rushes in the second quarter.
Okay.
But it felt a lot more because Ohio State didn't get as many plays.
I'm going to guess it's a lot more by percentage.
Let's see.
And Kyle,
so there was a total of
Kyle.
Okay.
We need to keep going.
All right, moving over. All right, moving forward. Quarterbacks, A+.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What can I say? 86% completion, 4 touchdowns, almost 400 yards, A+. Yep, A+ across the board. Run block. I'm going to say
this is bad.
Granted with who Wisconsin is and the rush defense that they are, I'm still going to rate it low. I'm going to say a C-. I'm going to say a C- for the run block.
I'm not even going to go that generous, to be honest. Yeah, I'm thinking more like Spikes is thinking in the chat. I'm going to go with a D. This offensive line has looked really good in pass pro most of the year, but have struggled against bigger defensive tackles on multiple occasions.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Pass block.
Couple sacks in this game, even if they didn't register as sacks, because I think there were at least 2 plays where Sayin basically ran the ball for like 1 yard because he essentially got sacked, but he moved up into the pocket enough to where it didn't technically count.
Yep. They let up 1 sack. So yeah. Dropping back 42 times. Yeah, there was a couple of times. Yeah, he did get
so probably
a yard
more
or 2.
like 3 spiritual sacks, even if there weren't sacks.
Yeah, definitely not the best game for the offensive line here. So pass block, I'm being 42 times dropping back.
Sure, I mean, you drop back more, there's going to be more pressures. Yeah,
I'll say B. While you're writing that in, another thing too, I just saw, I put in my notes here, I wanted to talk about on the run block. There was 4 tackle for losses on rushes.
Yeah.
Like when Ohio State has done so well in not having tackle for losses on the offensive side.
Yeah.
In this game, yeah, they were just getting bombarded behind that line there.
I mean, even on the play where Sayin kept the ball on a read, I don't even know if he planned on keeping it or not, but Bo Jackson got hit. Like, if Sayan hadn't kept that, it may have been a fumble because yeah, it worked, but I'm asking, was it even a plan? Because like Bo Jackson was hit like right when he would have gotten the ball. Like I don't know, whoever the defensive lineman was could have disrupted that handoff had there actually been one. So I don't know if I don't even know how planned it was for Sayan to keep that, to be honest. I don't know. There were multiple cases where the running back was getting hit at or behind the line of scrimmage, and that's never going to work. But here's the thing, as we move into running, I actually thought the running backs looked good when they had blocks. So as bad as the rushing attack was, and it was, I'm putting most of it on the offensive line. I will say I was happy to see a lot more Isaiah West in this game. I thought he looked really good when he had it. I don't think
9 attempts for 55 yards. Yeah, he led the team in average yards per carry.
Yeah, I mean, he got the ball later when Wisconsin was a little bit more run down, so it's not total apples to apples. But yeah, no, I mean, I thought the running backs on the plays where they had blocks, I thought Donaldson looked good when he had blocks. I thought Isaiah West looked good when he had blocks. I don't remember Bo Jackson getting a lot of opportunities for blocks, although he did, I believe, have a couple pretty nice receptions for, he had 57 receiving yards. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to go, like, as bad as the rushing attack look, I'm still going to go, I think, with like an A- here.
I'm going to go with a B. I'll say a B. All right, receivers. I mean, receivers, just without needing to say anything, just
for the record.
Receiving. Yep, receiving. Yeah, A+ for receiving here. It's just, it could have been worse. Like the Sayan could have had a lot more yards, but I mean, credit to Wisconsin's defensive backs, which I was surprised on how well they were able to get their hand in there on a couple of the passes. And
sure,
Jeremiah, unfortunately, it was on to Jeremiah Smith. I remember seeing the one that could have been a touchdown, but the defender got his hand right in there. Perfect timing, though. But overall, yeah, Tate had another great game. Jeremiah Smith just missed out on a 100-yard receiving game. Ennis got a touchdown, and he looked pretty good as well. Tight ends looked good. Porter looked good.
Yeah.
Great overall.
And just because we're talking about Ennis, it doesn't matter for this grade. But just because we're talking about Ennis, I thought he looked really good in the return game as well.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And he was a little banged up early on in the game, but stayed in it.
Yeah.
Drives, conversions. Ohio State was 5 for 11 on third downs. Perfect 2 for 2 on fourth downs. I don't really have too much negativity to say about that. I think there was a couple of short yardage they wish that they got back to convert those, but I think overall, I'll say a B.
Yeah,
I'll say a B.
I think we also have to consider 3 field goals were attempted. So not necessarily thrilled about that.
Sure.
I don't know how many of those were technically red zone, quote unquote, red zone failures. How many of them actually got inside the 20, definitively speaking?
I'll say it was 5 for 6.
Oops. Didn't mean to bring that up. Yeah, drives, conversions. Kyle says B. Spikes / the chat said B. I'll go B-.
Okay. And explosiveness here as we round up our offensive gradings here. Mentioned about the ton of passing plays, big plays, and surprisingly, as much as we were griping about the rushing side of it, they had three plays of 10 or more yards in this game. I'm surprised it was that many. So in total, 12 big plays, so to speak. So I'd say an A. You get 12 explosive plays in a game. That's a really good game. So I'm going to say A.
I'll say plus, as a matter of fact.
Sure. Right. And that's our offense. That's our offense. And we'll go ahead and go right into our first ad break, and we'll go talk about the defense. TheSloopcast.com is your go-to link for anything and everything Sloopcast related. There you can find our Discord page, discord.thesloopcast.com. youtube.thesloopcast.com is another link you can find. Merchandise store, Spotify or Patreon store. All of those links and much, much more over at thesloopcast.com. Go ahead and take that first ad break and talk about our defense.
All right, Kyle. Defense.
Defense wins championships.
That's what they say.
That's what it showed last year.
Game plan.
A plus. A plus.
I'm gonna stick with a standard A, just because. I don't know if I can I don't know if I can hand out an A plus on the game plan when just like, again, we grade based off of level of competition, and Wisconsin has an anemic offense. I just don't want to give them an A plus because the level of I'm sorry, the shutout was expected. I'm sorry, in this case the shutout was the expectation. That's why I'm keeping it an A on game plan.
Okay. All right. Well, Chat and myself gave A pluses.
Okay.
So there's that. In-game coaching, I mean, I'd say A plus as well. You hold Wisconsin to 2 for 10 on not 2 for 10. I'm sorry, 2 for 11 on third downs. You get the shutout there. It was not even close. Wisconsin only had 69 yards, in the first half.
There you go. I mean, Wisconsin only had, and I'll go plus on this one, because even when the team's bad, it's real easy to give up points late once the foot's off the pedal. Mm-hmm. So I will hand out the plus this time.
Through three quarters, just because fourth quarter they had that last drive where
the backups.
They got a lot of yards. I'll see if I can pull it up, but through 3 quarters, Wisconsin had just 65 yards of offense.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to know how many first downs they had through the first 3 quarters, would you?
I can find that. Yes.
Well,
through 3 quarters. How many first downs? Yeah. They had 4 first downs.
That's
3 were from passing, and 1 was a result of a penalty.
Okay. Was the fake punt in the fourth quarter? Yeah. Okay. Spike says yeah.
Yeah. All right. Tackling. I'd say A plus. I mean, again, from what I saw on my mobile phone right here looking, I didn't really see any really missed tackles or anything.
No.
Just such a solid, well-coached defense.
I tell you what, after watching some other games throughout the day, notably Tennessee, but not just Tennessee, like, having a team that tackles this well is rare. There are some really lousy tackling football teams. And I don't mean out of 130. I'm talking like in the top 10 or 15 teams. There are some real lousy tackling football teams. Run stop. Wisconsin had a total of 95 rushing yards for the entire game. 20 of those was by the punter in the
all right. They had 14 yards in the first quarter, 6 yards in the second quarter, and -9 yards in the third quarter. with a total of 11 yards through 3 quarters rushing.
A+.
A+, absolutely. Pass rush here. 3 sacks. 3 sacks here, and just didn't make him comfortable at all. I was very happy from what I saw.
Yeah.
With the pass rush, so I'll say an A. I won't give the plus, but I'll say an A.
Yeah, I think A is fine. We get a B+ from chat. Dang.
Wow. Jeez. And pass coverage. Wisconsin was, for the game, 7 for 15 for 49 yards and 1 interception. A+.
How many passes were received by wide receivers in this game?
Let me just confirm which ones were tight ends and which ones weren't. Hold on. You are not. So, Anthony had 1 reception for 5 yards.
Okay.
Eugene Hilton had 1 for 5 yards. That was a running back.
Okay.
And I can't remember if he's a running back or not. I'm trying to find real quick. Nope, he is a receiver. We had one more who was 1 for -5 yards. So 1, 2, 3 receptions.
3 receptions by wide receivers.
Mm-hmm. They had 3 by tight ends and then 1 by running back.
Yeah, A+.
All right. Impact plays. If I go to big plays here, 2 passing, which is kind of funny me saying that with us just talking about how great great a coverage
this is impact plays, not
impact plays.
Yeah. So there was 3 sacks, an interception, how many TFLs?
7, including the 3 sacks.
Yeah.
In 1 turnover.
Yeah, I'll
say A.
Yeah, I'll go an A. I'll go an A.
And stops. Wisconsin was 2 for 11. As I mentioned, they only had 1 third down through 3 quarters, and 1 for 2 on 4th downs. The first, I'm trying to remember when the first 4th down conversion was, but I do remember the second one was them trying to convert it at the end of the game, which they failed.
Well, they're the punt fake.
Oh, that's what it was.
Successful
that's
one.
what. Yep, that's what it was. Yep. Okay, so both of the 4th down tries were in the 4th quarter. So yeah, I'll say A+.
Yeah, absolutely. And putting the fake punt on special teams, that's fair.
And don't break. All right, this is the one where it was the big plays here. So 2 passing. They had a 15-yard and a 24-yard. And they had 3 rushes, which their longest rush was by their punter of 20 yards, and then they had an 11-yard and a 17-yard. Everything in front of them, you're not gonna be perfect all game here. So I would say an A. Really good.
I'm not, as Spikes was pointing out, I'm not gonna count the 20-yard punter run against them. So I'm going to go A+. I'm putting that on the special teams. That's fine. I'm not putting that on the defense.
All right, that's fine. Jared, this defense, as I have just about a minute here, insane in terms of rankings here. Number 1 in points per game, number 2 in yards per game, number 1 in points per play, which I think is really important to point out. Number 2 in yards per play, number 1 in third down conversions, 31st in fourth downs, number 1 in red zone scoring, 8 in yards per rush, 4 in yards per pass, and number 6 in sack percentage.
Yeah. I think our pass rush has been a lot better than people give it credit for. I mean, number 6 in sack percentage is huge. They get a sack 1 out of every 10 passing plays,
which is crazy.
The opponent's points per game at 6.8, which I believe, if you count the FCS score, drops, I think, down to like 5 point something. Because I've seen the number floating around where it's like 5.8 or something like that. Which is why ours might be slightly higher. Our numbers don't count FCS numbers. Yeah, it's this defense is putting up historically significant numbers.
Yeah. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and take our second ad break and talk about the team overall, which I think would be really quick to do here. Again, thesloopcast.com is your link for anything and everything Sloopcast related. I want to point out our Discord page, which is discord.thesloopcast.com. If you've never heard of the Discord, it's pretty much like our own little community where you can join to chat with us, to anything related to Ohio State, college football, professional sports, or if you really want to talk about college basketball, you can do that too in there. But it's our own little community. Yes, Z-Spikes, join us. It's an app you can install on your phone, or if you're on a computer, you can go to discord.thesloopcast.com and join us that way as well. Again, you can find that and much more over at thesloopcast.com. All right, and we'll go ahead and take our ad break and be right back.
All right. Time for the overall rankings.
Sure thing.
In-game coaching.
A+.
I'm going to keep it a standard A because I once again feel like the coaches, at least the offensive coaches, and, took their foot off the accelerator in the second quarter. Got to stop doing that. Put the team away, end it at halftime, get the backups in the second half.
All right. Motivation effort. You shut out an opponent and you win 34-0 on the road. No, it's not the same Camp Randall
Camp Randall L. Is that
wow?
Is that Indiana? Is that Indiana's?
I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah,
Camp
as an Antoine.
Camp Randall. Jeez,
that's a name I haven't not heard in a while. Antoine Randall L.
I know. It's not the same. It's not the same as it has been in years past, but still on the road, and you shut out a team in their home field.
Sure.
Yeah, A+.
They still jumped around. They
still did jump around.
I tell you what, like, I know not a lot of. I know the stadium certainly looked empty at times.
The one side was completely empty.
But the students that showed up showed out. So credit to everyone who did show up. They were still there and making noise, as much noise as they could make, considering how. But credit to those who showed up.
Yep.
Or maybe credit to CBS for good selective camera work. One of the two.
Yeah. Execution. I mean,
I feel like there were sloppy moments in this game, especially on the offensive side, that's probably going to keep me at like an A- on this one. Because there were certainly just some sloppy runs of plays.
Sure. Yeah, I think A- is fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Discipline here. Let me pull up what they were. Four penalties in here. 3 on the offense, 1 on the defense. The defense was the pass interference from Sanchez,
which was crap.
And there were 3 false starts. 1 by Tegra, 1 by Ennis, and 1 by Daniels.
I thought one of those was...
I'll say an A.
Maybe it was waved off. Yeah. Never mind.
No,
it's fine.
They would, from what I have here, they would have shown if it was called and then waved off.
Oh. I thought there was an alignment penalty. I remember... Was that Brandon Ennis? Well, who they actually call an alignment penalty on doesn't necessarily mean it was that person, if that makes sense. Like, if they get covered up, it might have been the person covering them up that's actually at fault, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, did we cover the tight? I don't specifically remember. I might even just be totally wrong if it's not in Kyle's stat sheet. But it would have been an illegal player downfield or an illegal formation, 5 in the back. I think there was like a 5 in the backfield penalty or something like that. I can't remember.
From what I see here, it's 3 false starts on the offense. So,
all right.
But either way, we move on. Yeah, I'll say an A. Jared says A-. All right. Special teams here. I think this is another where we're gonna rate lower on.
I'm not going that stats.
Low.
Spikes is going F- in the chat.
2 for 3
on F- is a thing. I think it's just an F.
Yeah. 2 for 3 on field goals. Should have made the second fielding should have made that second one. 38 yards. There's no excuse for missing that one there. They did let up the punt or the punt fake that went for a first down as well. But on terms of the returns on both sides, I can't complain. I can't complain too much about it. I thought
Ennis had a good day returning punts.
He did. 3 returns for 38 yards, average 13 yards. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So that's a little plus there. But because of that and all that, I still, gosh, the missed field goal really bothers me. So I'll say C-.
I think I will go with a standard C personally. Is an F+ a thing? I thought an F is an F is an F.
It's not.
Okay.
F is an F.
Okay.
All right. Turnovers. The 1 interception Ohio State got did not convert or did not give away any in the game, so +1 for the game. I guess I'll say an A.
Yeah.
It's not like they had a lot of opportunities to get an interception when Wisconsin only passed the ball 15 times. So
yeah,
an A.
Yeah. How many? Do you have total plays in front of you? If not, don't worry about
it. Yeah, I do have total plays.
How many plays did Wisconsin run?
You want to guess?
No, we don't have time for guessing.
46.
Yeah. Hey, Esquire.
Where's my comparison? So
Total plays.
To see if I can.
Well,
total plays
by Wisconsin's offense.
Yeah, total plays through 3 quarters was 30. Now they had almost exactly half as many plays than Ohio State did. Ohio State had 58 going through 3 quarters, and Wisconsin had 30.
Yeah, only 30 plays through 3 quarters is crazy.
Yeah, and they had 16 plays in the 4th quarter.
I think we should have maybe ranked the pass rush higher. The fact that they got 3 sacks in that.
Sure. All right, offense, I'll say B plus. I'll say B plus. Passing wise, don't change anything. The passing is absolutely great. The rushing side of it needs some work. I don't know the right answer is, but something needs to change, especially when you're looking at Ohio State's offense. 72nd in rushing yards per rush at 4.1.
Yeah.
They are where did I have here? I can't find it. I'll move on though. They need to improve on the rushing side of it. So, yeah. So I'll say B plus.
And here's the thing: if you're playing a team like Wisconsin, who legitimately has a really good run defense, like, stop running. Stop. Just throw the ball. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Yeah, I tend to agree, Esquire. I think our pass.
To be fair,
I think our offensive line is very set up for pass pro.
I'm gonna support Ohio State's decision in that first half, just because in the first quarter they ran 20 plays in the first quarter. They rushed it 5 times, so 25% of the time they ran it.
Yeah,
and then in the second quarter they ran 15 plays, and they rushed it 4 times, so a little bit more in terms of the average.
Sure.
There, but in total they ran it 9 times out of 35 plays in the first half. You got to keep them honest to a degree too. So I'm not going to
that's fair.
I'm not going to fault them of how many times they ran it in the first half. But I think they needed to come up with a better plan on how to attack Wisconsin's stellar rushing attack a little bit better, though.
Yeah, I will say, I don't remember I know it was last week. I don't remember responding to Esquire just saying Isaiah West. I don't remember if it was during Scarlet and Grade or Know Your Enemy last week where I was like saying, I give me more Isaiah West. Like, I need more Isaiah West. And I'm really glad that we got it this game.
I think it was the third quarter you're thinking that they were running the ball a lot.
Is that where I got confused?
Probably.
Okay.
So Ohio State was averaging 3.6 yards a carry in the first, 4.3 in the second, and they were averaging 2.8 in the third, and they rushed it 11 times. I think it was the third quarter that you were thinking of.
Okay.
Either way, I said B plus. What did you say, Jared? For your?
You said plus. B's for me in chat.
All right. Defense A plus. A plus. You held your opponent to 9 first downs, 144 total yards, including only 49 yards in the air. Like, did they play? Did they play Army or something like that, Jared?
Right. No,
49 passing yards.
Army would have been more challenging. Well, Well, Navy would have been. I don't know about Army this year.
Sure. All right, and overall here, 34-0, almost 500 total yards compared to 144. You get the shutout on the road there. No big injuries or anything here in this game here. Yeah, solid A in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid A. Did punter end as the leading rusher for Wisconsin?
Funny enough, no.
No. Well, it was the fourth. Their one running back got a bunch of yards in the fourth quarter on that last drive against the backups. If not for that, maybe.
Yeah, it was their freshman. Their freshman running back. He had four rushing attempts for 35 yards.
Yeah. Again, that was that last drive. Their last drive, that is. The punter did have the longest rush, not just for Wisconsin, but of the entire game.
Yes. Yep.
All right. All right, Kyle, that's our report card.
That is.
If they didn't smuggle him back to Columbus on the equipment truck, the trip was a failure. Listen, there are... I've seen lots of good punters this year that, maybe you have a friend call a friend who calls a friend who calls a friend. That's all I'm saying. All right. Anything else? You know what? Let's just do it. Kyle, do you have anything in Kyle's corner?
What is this going to be? Round 4, 5? I don't know how many times they played them this year. A lot, but round whatever again for Hell is Real coming in a week from when this is being posted. So October 27th. Hell is Real part 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, but
which is
Columbus crew made it out into the playoffs. They made it to the 7th place, so they didn't have to do the 8 versus 9 for the play-in.
Right.
So they get to play the number 2 team, which is Cincinnati.
All right. That will be it for our show. Tonight's ending music will be brought to you by the Soul Monsters. They are, of course, a Columbus-based band, as all of the music we play at the end of the show is. If you've ever watched us on YouTube and you're like, Jared, you always say there's a band, but then there's no band. We don't actually include the music in the YouTube version of the show because of copyright stuff. You can always listen to the song either by going to the link in the show notes, or we have a entire playlist on our Sloopcast YouTube page, which you can find a direct link to by going to music.thesloopcast.com, and that will send you straight to the YouTube playlist filled with a bunch of Ohio-based music. So with all that being said, I'd like to encourage everyone to drink local beer, listen to local music, and of course, support your local podcasters. Once again, these are the Soul Monsters.